At my past workplace, I learned lots of basic financial stuff in Singapore, like CPF, and I realized that I had to get hospitalization insurance without Googling this question. I've heard you can buy insurance when a baby is in the mother's womb. If you were to do an extensive self-research or Googling either Hardware Zone, Reddit, Kiasu Parents, etc., you'd be weighing the pros and cons. FYI, before you do any health checkup, have the hospitalization insurance settled. If your parents are insurance educated, you might already have this. Else, yes, that insurance is putting your money to cover you in case anything happens. But what if nothing happens? But what if something happens? What is the basic that we have? For Medishield Life or basic hospital insurance where Singaporeans and PRs are covered, there is a deductible amount, which is before Medishield Life kicks in. This amount is something that you have to pay yourself in cash. Of course, there's also co-payment for most private insurance since a few years ago, which is to prevent people from abusing the systems, like hospitalization for every single small matter, etc. Others is I don't know, and it's not important with what I'm trying to express here. Do note that what a person can claim versus actual amount is two different things. I will not deep dive complicated comparisons because I want this to be as layman as possible to viewers. For example, I did a biopsy recently. Biopsy is where the needle can extract stuff, acar samples from you for them to further examine what it is. This was a largest needle as there's a lot of different sizes for needles, so biopsy it depends on the needle, definitely the cost is higher as well. And because I go to a private clinic because of reasons and I can do a private versus public considerations in future, they gave me quotations to do at their clinic versus inpatient at Gleneagles. And I do recall that for Prudential, there's also premium increase when you claim. Therefore, I self-looked up and found that there's a way to reduce it slightly under PruPanel Connect. I did locate my doctor there and inform the nurses about it. Yes, my doctor had to travel to the day surgery clinic. If I did not have the insurance, I have to fork out perhaps 4,200-ish. Definitely, I do agree that insurance versus hospital is complicated as technically I could do the procedure at the clinic itself. I'm not exactly sure if the amount would be similar, but in order for it to be claimable under my own knowledge via calling Prudential and asking the clinic about it, Novaptus. I've also changed my agent because they weren't so helpful about this. Prudential also wasn't helpful because they emailed me without empathy and asked if I could claim from other insurances. How does the priority work in terms of who pays the hospital bill when it happens? The first would be company or other accident insurances that you might have that you could claim from. So this is stuff that you want to look at, and it's also time for you to revise what your coverage is alongside with the private insurance for hospitalization, which is what I've been referring to and telling you the importance of getting this. Private here does not mean private hospital, but it's just insurances which are privately owned. They are those IP plans, aka Integrated Shield plans. After this, then it's the MediSave. Then next is the cash, aka your own money. So yes, I encourage you to ask your parents about this if you do not have the income to purchase it. Do ensure that your hospitalization insurance does not lapse, which means it's a non-payment for that year and the policy cease, because hospitalization insurance is a yearly payment and no, you do not get returns from it. Why you do not want to let it lapse? Because they will do a fresh underwriting, say when you apply for a new insurance or when you change insurance or before you even get an insurance, they have to do an underwriting, which they will have to see like the condition you're in, if there's any illnesses that you have that they might not cover you or they might do an exclusion. So this IP plans, a portion of it can also be deducted from MediSave, especially for when you're younger. The coverage will probably may not even require you to pay out from the pocket, but yes, MediSave is also our monies as well. So definitely speak to your financial advisor to understand more stuff, or you can contact my sister's advisor. The contact details over here. This is not a sponsored post or anything. This is purely educational and the importance of it. Insurance is always, when you don't need it, it's just very peaceful and calm, but when you need it, the world seems to crash all onto you. Insurance is not something that we understand instantaneously simultaneously. This is something really basic for people living in Singapore to understand. We have to start somewhere, then not get to it. Of course, the first time you meet any agent, you may not sign up for anything, and it's also the general kind of how the insurance agent and you click, whether you like their style of promotion or their description, explanation, everything clear. It will be a very simple understanding of the various plans that they have. Though honestly speaking, everything, it can be similar because it's still after all in the same country. Plan out on what you can afford. They will also tell you that you can downgrade as you age, so that because when you're older, the premiums is much higher, as the people tend to, the chances of a person of old age falling sick is way higher than someone when they're younger. And Kiasu parents also talk about how when people are young, we want to have the best medical care within our means, so-called like prolong our lives, and then when we are old, people might not have much private insurances anymore and solely rely on MediShield Life, etc., and the savings and MediSave.